Hi, congratulations on your new RV. We're really excited for you. Please make sure before you're signing that you bring the following items with you. If you're a cash buyer, please make sure that you bring a cashier's check, no personal checks at time of signing, or you may bring actual cash. If you're a finance customer, please make sure that you bring proof of insurance listing your specific lien holder. If you need that information, please call us ahead of time. Also, make sure that you bring all valid driver's license of all persons that will be listed on the title. If you have a trade that you're trading in with us, please make sure that you bring your 10-day payoff as well as your title and all persons who will be listed on the title of that trade. Arrive 30 minutes early before your appointment time so we can properly inspect your unit, and also make sure that you have the fridge on and running prior to arrival. If you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call at 810-686-0710. Thanks so much. Have a great day.
Hello, this is Mike with TradeWinds RV Center, here to congratulate you on your Jayflight Bungalow 40 loft. I'm going to walk you around this park model, show you how to use a few things to get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start by talking about arriving at the campsite and a couple things to consider when parking. On your campsite, you're going to have a slide, but you're also going to have a big awning to come out. There'll be plenty of room for those. On your off campsite, beside your slides, I also want you to think about where your power and water are going to connect. Your power, you're going to plug in all the way on your rear corner, on the driver's side of your tow vehicle, and then your docking station is going to be just above your tires. So park accordingly so you can utilize the facilities at the campsite. Once you arrive and unhook our hitch, first thing you're going to do is level our unit. Your unit comes with a hand crank. Right will bring it up, left will bring it down. I recommend on a unit this big, get a stick-on level, find the center of your unit there, stick it on the off-camp side, have someone watch that while you bring that up and down to get it level. Once you do have it level, the next thing we're going to do is stabilize it. All four corners of the unit have these stabilizing jacks with a 3/4 inch hand crank. As I run these down, I am going to recommend stabilizing jack pads. Jack pads are going to protect the feet of your stabilizing jacks from dirt, debris, blacktop in the summer. Keep them from sinking into the blacktop. Better distribute the weight. Good investment. Use your 10% off coupon, get a 4-pack of them, put them down underneath these, and run these down just until they're taut. Remember, our unit's already level, so all we're trying to do at this point is stabilize it. You can use an impact driver or a drill gun. I just recommend that when you get to the bottom, you slow down, because remember, our unit's already level. We don't want to change that. We just want to bring these down. I'll show you here, just until they're taut. Once we have some type of resistance on our hand crank, there we go. Once we get some resistance here, feels like it's going to start lifting the unit, stop. So get all four of them down, you got our unit level and stable. Now we can hook up our power and water. On the rear corner, big long 50 amp cord plugs in here in the rear. At the end of that 50, should you need to plug into a campsite with 30 amp, there's a 50 to 30 amp reducer. Now you can go from 30 down to 15 with that adapter in case you need to plug into a 110 somewhere. Got our power hooked up, let's hook up our water. At campsites, we are going to hook up to city water connection. Just above your rear tire on the off camp side, first and foremost, your water pressure regulator. This water pressure regulator is going to reduce the water pressure 40 to 50 psi, protecting the lines in your unit. Always use this when putting fluid into your lines because you don't know what the water pressure is at different campsites. Hook that up, hook up your hose. One more step, hot water heater. And all we're doing at this point is making sure that our drain plug's back in. Throw some plumber's tape around here. Get your cap, get that on there nice and snug. And once that's on there nice and tight, you can go ahead and turn that hose on. After you turn that hose on, go inside. Open up all of your slides and open up all of your water taps. You need to get all the lines open up so you can get all the air out of the lines. Get a nice steady flow of water going through them. Shut them off. Then you'll know, come out here and check your hot water heater. If you got a little bit of hot water in there, you'll know that your hot water heater is full and you can turn that on from indoors. Now say we're gonna go camping and we're not gonna use city water. We're gonna go boondocking or dry camping. In that case, we're gonna fill up our fresh water tank. That is just to your right here. No need for a water pressure regulator here. We'll gravity fill this with a hose. Two ways to tell when it's full. One, there's an overflow valve right there. Or two, when you check the levels, where you check the levels of your black and gray tanks, there's also a freshwater button. Keep an eye on that when you're filling it. Once it's full, remove your hose, put your cap back on, and whenever you want to utilize that water, you'll turn on your water pump. Don't turn on your water pump when you're using city water. That's already pressurized. All right, we're all set up to camp now. We got power or water. I'm gonna go ahead and walk you around the rest of the outside of the unit and show you a few other things. Starting here on the off camp side, again, our black tank flush. We'll talk about that when leaving the campsite and dumping our black and gray tanks. Our city water connection. This is a hot and cold shower. Your hot water heater. Fresh water tank. That's a flue for your furnace. Two things on that. One, if you're running your furnace, steer clear of it. It does get hot. And two, make sure nothing's ever blocking it. Down where it says low point drain, there is our freshwater drain. That's the storage back here. An extra gray tank. Plug your cable and satellite in here. Power. You got a ladder, utilize it. Go up there and check the seams of your roof and caulk with recommended RV roofing caulk. Over to our campsite, you got a couple of 110s out here. Entry doorway into your bedroom. A couple of outdoor speakers. Another 110. Your steps for your sliding glass door will fold down. Coming up to our front of the unit, your propane does come on a regulator. Simply point it toward the tank you wish to be using. If you put it in the middle, it will automatically switch over. However, I recommend pointing it toward a tank. Even if you have to get up in the middle of the night to switch it over to this one, you'll at least know where you're at on your level of your tanks, and you can take your empty one and fill it while that one's running. Well, that about covers everything out here. Got a couple more things on our off-camp side over here. Yep, we do have our black and gray tanks to dump here. That about covers all that. Let's go take a look on the inside. Alright, up inside your unit, inside your glass doors, first thing I like to point out is your fire extinguisher. Make sure that you and everyone that's camping with you knows the fire extinguisher is located by the entry doorway in case of an emergency. As you come in, immediately down on the bottom here, you're going to see your breaker box and fuses. A ton of 15s in there, or 20, some 25s. I highly recommend having some of those with you when you go camping. Up above that is going to be your vacuum system. Dirt Devil vacuum. A couple of 110s here. And above that is our control panel. So up here is where I said you can check the levels of your brand new battery, your black, or your freshwater tank. That's the one I said to hold down when you're filling your potable water. Black and gray tanks. Here's where you turn on your water pump if using that potable water or fresh water. Here's where you turn on your water heater for gas and your water heater for electric. It does make a difference. Choose correctly. These are all just lighting, slide controls, and awning control. We utilize the slide controls when closing the unit up. I want to show you on your awnings. You're only going to want to run your awnings out. You see the top is gray, your bottom is white. There it is. You're only going to want to run that out until you see a white flap fall down to 90 degrees. There it is. And you can see your brown bar. If you hold that button down, it will continue to run itself out and start running itself up backwards. So keep an eye on it when you run it out. Make sure you don't run it out further than you need to. You also have a pitch adjust on that, where all you have to do is pull down right at the pivot point, and that will tilt your awning away for rainwater. that the rest of the way back in. And we can continue our tour. Coming into our living room. A couple of chairs, your table as well. A couple parachute pull recliners, we call them. Just reach inside. Oh, these are not parachute pull, these are just pushback recliners, as they call them, wallaways. Show you quickly how to turn your sofa into a bed. Start by removing your Velcro cushions. I find standing in the middle gives you the best leverage. Now on these, pull it up and towards you. Lay your back down, and just say quickly, you've got another sleeping quarters. Most important part when putting this away is lift your back up first. Otherwise you can damage your sofa. Again, standing in the middle gives you good leverage to hold these in and fold down. Return your cushions. And just that quickly, go back to the sofa. You'll also have a 50-inch insignia that comes with this. It does have a, you pull down on this lever here and that will swing this out. So you can pivot it wherever you want. Fireplace, not just for looks anymore. I can go through and show you all the pretty colors, but the biggest thing, folks, is the heat. If it's chilly in here in the morning or evening, if you're plugged in at a campsite, turn that heat on. It'll get it warm in here in no time, and it will save you gas by warming it up by using their electricity. If you have a storage ottoman with this unit, those are a couple pieces of cloth to go on the back of your chairs for travel. Your sink does have a couple of covers here, some plumbing to maintain. Keep an eye on it, make sure nothing wiggles loose over time. Have a self-explanatory microwave. Does start. Cooktop. You'll turn on your panel light. You'll turn these to light, push in and turn it to high and push in when your gas is on. That's how these light. Same thing on your oven. Oven is the middle one. Go to light, push that in and light it. That'll light your oven, and then just turn it to the desired temperature. Down here you have an oven light. Your fridge. Controls are right back in there. AC unit up there. Takes me down the hallway to your thermostat. Go ahead and shut that AC off. Had it running, it's kind of toasty in here today. While that shuts off, I'll point out a couple of indoor speakers up here, as well as your smoke alarm. That fan right there. There goes the AC. Fan will turn on from here. You do have another fan. Turns on the middle. We'll open that vent up. That fan on, I'll see where that's at. Right there. Shut the fan off. Go back to your thermostat. Show you have AC, heat. I'm going to kick that heat on so you can hear that running. As much as I don't want to. It's pretty warm in here. There it goes. I'm going to shut that heat off. You'll notice it'll take a couple minutes as well for that heat fan to cycle through before it shuts off. One more thing on your island over here. You got accent lighting, 110, and your 12 volt carbon monoxide propane detector. The reason I mention that's 12 volt, always running off your battery. So if you're out dry camping, boondocking somewhere, nothing plugged in, charging your battery, use that battery disconnect to keep this from running your battery down while you're gone. Again, heading back down the hallway, we will head into the bathroom. A few things to mention in here. Make sure your shower door is snapped closed. You have a vent up there as well that will open and turn on from here. Close those vents. Lighting here. 110 with GFCI reset. Plumbing, maintain it. So your house going down the road, keep an eye on it. Make sure things don't wiggle loose. In the hallway, lots of steps with storage, which brings us up to our loft room. The loft is all set up for TV up there. Lighting here. Coming around the corner, there's where you're all set up for your TV up here in the top bunk area. Your second AC. 110 there. So let's see what we gotta do to get this AC on. So in my master bedroom on the wall is the thermostat for the second AC that you now hear. Oops, shut that off. Low, auto, high, off. Slide control for just this slide and lighting. You have a little bit of storage under your bed. You are prepped for a washer dryer in here. It's your vent area. There's all your plumbing for that. You have decided to get a washer and dryer in here. And that about covers everything. It's like we're getting ready to leave the campsite and close the unit up. I like to start by shutting off my lights. Starting back here and walking forward. Shut this AC down. Make sure this vent is closed. Come to my main control panel and shut off these lights, and then I can see all the individual lighting. Then just need to walk through and shut off. Alright, all of our lights are off. Now I'm going to say doors and drawers. Walk through the unit, make sure all doors and drawers are closed. Nothing's going to impede our slides from coming in. Take your ottoman and line it up directly with your island. Your slides will close and not bother that at all. Come back to our control panel. Slide in on the right is going to be the one over on our kitchen entertainment side. I want you to hear that noise. That is nothing grinding. That is just the slide mechanism telling me I'm in all the way. Go ahead and let go of the button. It's a way to keep itself from grinding out. Just don't worry if you hear that noise for a second or two. Just don't stand here with your finger on the button listening to it. Just get this slide in. I'm going to come back. Make sure our bathroom lights are out. Skylight in there makes it look like it's all lit up. And lastly, out in. And as we bring this last slide in, we can exit the unit. Now both sets of steps are metal and just fold up in. Fold and then get up in there. Alright, if we are out boondocking, we're going to bring up our stabilizing jacks. Come over to this low point drain and dump our freshwater tank right there and head on home. If we are at a campsite, we will unhook our power, our water, our cable, bring up our stabilizing jacks, hook up our hitch, and head on up to our dump station. Now you got a couple of dumps on this. One 10-foot hose comes with your convenience pack. You're gonna start up front with your black tank, and then you've got an extra gray tank back here for the small bathroom back here. So arrive at dump station, hook up your hose. First thing we're gonna pull is this black handle. Once that black handle sounds like it's no longer draining, get inside, look at the level of your black tank. If it's empty, come out here, leave that black tank open, grab the hose at the dump station and hook it up here to your black tank flush. Put that in there, let that run for a good 5 minutes. That's gonna wash all that nastiness out of your black tank. Again, emphasizing leaving that handle open. When you're done there, remove that hose, check the levels of the tanks and make sure that all the washout you just put in there has drained. Then you can close your black handle and pull your gray handle. Now your gray handle is going to be cleaner water, your sinks and your showers. That'll clean your sewage hose out for you. You're done there. Take it, come back here, and hook up to our extra gray tank back here. Pull that gray handle to the right. When that one's done, remove your sewage hose and store it in a nice, sanitary, convenient place. Again, thank you guys so much for your purchase. Hope you enjoy this bungalow for many years to come. Happy camping.